What's up?
Hey, what's going
I,
on?
I have to have a disclaimer before we start that I'm extremely sunburnt.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but how you keeping anyway?
Good, yeah. I'm a bit bored, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm severely sunburned, but it's just a typical Irish, like you be on a
Is-
pot.
Mm. So
Bro.
where are you staying at the moment?
So my dad lives like in a really, really remote place in Ireland. It's called Dahuma. It's near enough Belmullet, so it's like the sticks.
Say that again.
It's called
In
it's
the
called
Bahamas? Is it? I can't hear you.
it's called Dahuma.
The Huma. I've
Yeah.
never heard of that before.
No one does, but I just say I'm
Yeah.
from Bel.
And how's the weather over there?
It's a bit breezy, but it's been really good the last few days. Like I didn't wear sun yesterday, and I got roasted.
Oh really? Do you know what? The sun actually drains your energy for some reason. Because I went to Morecambe Stadium today. I only did just like an hour and a half session, and I just feel wrecked after. I don't know for some reason. Like I didn't do much to be honest, but just staying outside in the sun drains your energy so much.
It's after because when we used to go to Portugal warm weather training, like we'd be zapped. Like I
Yeah,
like can't get sunburnt when you go warm weather training, or it's dust. Like we
nice.
we,
But so
we used to be like going down to the shop in the evening, like buying natural yogurt, trying to get rid of our sunburn.
does that help? Does yogurt help with sunburn?
I never really got sunburned because, like, when I go warm weather train, I'd make sure I wouldn't get burnt. Like, but I don't know. The girls like it because it cools their skin down or whatever.
It's actually a real like. Does it actually cool down your skin? Like you just put the yogurt onto your skin?
I haven't a clue. It looks daft. Anyway.
Well, whichever floats your boats, I guess.
Yeah.
You were born here in Ireland, aren't you? But you go to America to study. Am I right?
Yeah, I went to America in January there.
And whereabouts are you staying?
I was saying it was very near Texas, but it was in Louisiana. It was called the college I was in was called McNeese. It was in Lake Charles.
Right. Okay. And so as far as I know, you are a fitness instructor. Am I correct?
You are correct.
Yeah. And so is that what you're studying over there?
No, I'm actually studying. I always wanted to be a teacher. It was something I was passionate about.
All right.
So
Okay.
initially my plan was to go to DCU.
Mm.
I took a year out and I got offered the opportunity to go on a scholarship, and I was like, why not? So
Okay.
I studied biology teaching.
So how does that fit into with the fitness instructor? Is there like you just study? How did that come about?
Hey, I'm a woman who likes to dabble in a bit of everything, so I kind of passionate for like personal training and stuff like that as well.
Right.
I wanted to have that on the side, like.
All right. Okay. So are you working as a fitness instructor at the moment?
I got my qualification just before I headed to America, and then when I came back home from America, no gyms are open or anything. So.
Yeah. But I
And
actually, yeah, go on.
no, go on. What were you saying?
What are you aiming to do with the fitness instructor? Are you want to work in a gym after, or do you want to become a strength coach?
Yeah, I used to always say to my friends, because our school is like in the town, so I used to look out the window in our home ec room and be like, "That's going to be my gym." So I'd love to open up a gym in the future as
Yeah.
well. So
Yeah. Do you know what I think? That's every fitness instructor's dream. It's just to have a gym for themselves.
like, that's what kind of got me into doing the personal training course. Like I
Yeah.
was. So obviously, like if you're a runner, you're doing strength conditioning and rehab and stuff like that. So that's kind of what got me into weights and personal training and stuff like that.
Right, daily. Yeah, because that's what I started as well. I started as a fitness instructor, and now I'm
No.
working my way as a strength and conditioning coach. So
Yeah, a lot of people complained on our personal training course. I won't give any names, but it was like you just get the basic knowledge. I think like
yeah,
you need to go and learn it yourself. Like especially in the strength and conditioning area, like one sport, like the strength and conditioning for another sport could be completely different. Like
it's complete. Yeah, 100%. It's
yeah.
completely different. What I was gonna say, you were a 1500 runner or
No,
800.
I actually started out doing like 200s, 400s, and last year I always loved like the strength side of the 400, like, so whenever we'd have a strength
Yeah.
session, and my coach was like, just iconics, was like, right, like we'll throw you into the 800, see how you do. Ran a grand time, and he was like, do you know what, we'll do it in the All Irelands, and I ended up winning the All Irelands.
Was that was that last year or was that 2018? Oh, last year, yeah.
I was like, Jesus, like, why haven't I been doing 800s all the time? And then that was that year over. I took the summer off after the Leaving Cert and just kind of played a bit of football and tried to keep an aerobic base, just because I was mentally exhausted from the Leaving Cert. And then I started training again, but with this coronavirus, it's just
like, So how does that work? Like, do you go to America like for study and then you come back here for the holiday? Like, how'd you balance them two?
Initially, I got offered the scholarship like last May.
Yeah.
I was so happy that I said no to it. But then the head coach is on to me again in October, and I was taking the year out anyway. So I was like, oh, what am I missing? So I went over. So I went in like semester 2, but it would have counted as 1.
So actually, there's a lot. I remember I was talking to Louis and Ava about this actually, going abroad for a scholarship. Do you think it's a good thing? Like, not a good thing, as in, would you recommend people to try it, I guess?
Oh, so right now, currently, I've decided that I'm going to go to DCU, but at the same time,
so I'm guessing that's a no.
Well, I wanted to, because
yeah. Okay, I'm going. Yeah.
When I was making my decision, I reached out to so many Irish athletes. Like, I reached out to Nadia Power, I reached out to Elliot Slade would be a good pal of mine and stuff like that. And the outlook I get on it is it's either for you or it's not. Like, that's what I get. Like, for me, I just thought I'd do better in Ireland, but I'm glad I went and I tried it out. Like,
okay. And so, yeah,
depends. You definitely need to look. I heard, Darren McElhenney was on a podcast and he was so right. Like, you definitely really need to like look at the environment, the training methods and stuff like that before you commit. Like that was one thing I do.
And are you enjoying it, or would you prefer training in Ireland? Like, is there much difference in their training, not even structure, as in just the culture of their training? Because I know, like, I watch videos on Instagram about other track and field club in America, and they have like a different, just the way, like a different system of training. Do you know what I mean? It's not the structure, just the way, like, do you know what I mean? Like the way they approach training. Like, did you feel any difference?
So it was weird for me in McNeese because there was two. So I'm an 800 runner, so I'm kind of middle distance. So I was in with the sprint side of things, but like I felt like my mileage wasn't high enough. And then long distance group had extremely too high, like, and a lot, like, it was extremely too high, and there was no middle ground. Like, that was a big decider for me.
So going from 4 to 800, why?
Because I love that strength side of thing. I'm not gonna lie, like the first few weeks of me doing like
what you mean the strength? There's no like what you mean strength?
What I mean is like not strength, but like, when you're a 400 runner, you'll do sessions like 600 stuff like that.
Yeah,
I love them, like, and like I was dying to try out an 800, like I just love the.
Well, fair enough. You worked that for you brilliantly, but like it's just like I know I know a few people who are transitioned from 4 to 8, but like even me transitioning from 1 to 200 is a pain in the ass, and now 4 to 8, that's even longer distance. You know what I mean? So fair play to you. But in terms of, remember when we talked about on Instagram the other day about the mental side of it? Like, do you feel like for an 800, as an 800 runner, do you feel like you need to have that mental toughness to keep going at a 800 meter pace? Do you know what I mean?
I was just, when you asked that question, I was just kind of thinking, like, you definitely need that mental strength for like going out and training and doing the long runs and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think I needed more strength when I was doing the 400s because I had a lot more bad days.
Right.
Myself up.
Because the thing is, right? Okay, like correct me if I'm wrong. Like 400 is obviously it's a combination of aerobic and anaerobic. So, it's purely speed endurance. But when it comes to 800, you do have the speed component with it, but it's mainly aerobic. Do you know what I mean? Like it's aerobic dominant. So when it comes to training, how would you divide your training in like your training plan in a week? Would you focus? So at the moment, for example, what are you focusing on?
Just aerobic, because as I'm still really new to it, so I'm not really the person to ask. Like my coach is just a genius, like McDermott. So whatever he gives me, but a lot now would be just aerobic stuff. Like I haven't really been talking to him in the last while because it's up to me to just build up the aerobic. Like
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because I probably race this year, like unless I do cross country for a base. But if the races come in August, I probably won't race.
Do you think there'll be a race in August?
I think that was the seniors not provisionally scheduled for August.
Yeah, that's what Athletics Ireland said on the web. Well, they didn't say there will be a race. They just said that all races will postpone until August. So I don't know. I actually wanted to race so bad.
Yeah.
I
That and do a time trial.
That's what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. I was talking to Molly Scott the other day, and she told me she's doing the exact same thing. So we're pretending the competition is still happening. So
Nice.
I think it was about 4 or 5 weeks ago. It was a Saturday, and I was meant the competition was meant to happen on that day. So I actually went out on the field, and I actually have I put myself into that race zone, and
Nice.
and I got a PB. Yeah.
Awesome.
But so that's what my coach was telling me. The one thing it's really hard to do. Yeah, it's one thing. Like what I've noticed is, I don't know if you feel the same thing. Like if you time yourself, let's say if you're testing yourself on the track, but by yourself, it's completely different to being in a competition. So in a competition, you will get that extra boost of adrenaline kicking in. So one thing I've been struggling doing when my coach told me to visualize yourself in a race, it's easier said than done. Like I was listening to music and I was trying to, I don't know, I tried loads of stuff. It's hard. Do you know what I mean? To get that extra.
It's I don't think I'd ever be able to do it properly. Do you know the buzz you have in your stomach?
Yeah, it's like the butterfly in your stomach. Yeah, but have you ever tried that now?
No, I never really have to. I've done time trials would be a big thing with our coach.
Yeah, but a lot of theory, not theories, but a lot of coaches will tell you before before competition, you need to practice, visualize yourself and all that stuff. So for me, I only started athletics just 2 years ago. So, and I've only competed in probably less than 5 competitions. You know what I mean? So, so for me to put myself in that situation, I don't know, it's challenging. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't really visualize myself the nervous side and trying to mimic the race, but I'd visualize parts of the race, if you get me.
For example,
I remember the night before that All Ireland, our coach always gives us strides to do the night before a race. So I went to the football pitch next door in my house, and every time I was finishing the line, I was going like this or whatever.
Yeah. Is that, hey, hang on, I'm gonna ask you a question. Is there a song, I'm sure I'm not the only one. Is there a song that you like to listen to? And there's one song that I've listened to all the time, and I always picture myself running through the finish line while I listen to that song. Is that just me, or do you do that as well?
Oh, I do that as well, yeah, but I don't have one particular song. Oh wait, do I? Oh, I can't think right now, but I have a good few songs that I like.
Yeah.
Gonna annoy me now. I bet you I'm gonna message you tonight and be like, "This is it."
What do you think of? Actually, my favorite would be him for the Weekend by Coldplay. He just I like see when at that last bit, like when the beat drops, when the rhythm change. I just love that bit so much, and every time that I listen to that song, like I always picture myself on the track.
Thinking about it now, trying to think.
Nothing at the moment. No.
I don't have like. I love the song "Glorious." Do you know by Macklemore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. But I wouldn't really imagine myself running to it. You can't beat AC/DC Thunder.
What, Thunderstruck?
Yeah, you can't beat it.
That's good for that's actually good for running a tempo. Yeah.
Well, I feel like I'm going 90 now.
Yeah. Right. So I actually wrote down a few questions. Yeah, that I would like to ask you.
Okay, let's go.
You sure you're ready for this?
Yeah, I'm vibing and driving. I'm ready for these.
All right. Hang on. I got my laptop here. I got my copy as well. Okay. Now, apart from the COVID-19, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
I don't know why, because I'm like, oh, what? I shouldn't, right? I'll ask it. Go on.
It's not formal, mate. It's not formal, so just chill, yeah? So, apart from the COVID-19 situation, what's the biggest surprise that you've had in the last few months?
I think the first thing that comes to your head is probably the answer. So, before I left for America, all my friends surprised me, and I didn't have any idea about it, and just surprised me. That was probably.
I think I saw that video on your Instagram. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was shocked. Like that was before I left for America. All of my friends were there. Like, even my athletics group were there.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's nice. Ooh, biggest surprise.
You definitely have one because you asked, so you had one.
To be honest, here's the funny thing. I usually answer the question first when I'm writing them down.
Yeah.
But to be honest, here's what happened today. Yeah, here's what happened. I actually started to arrange everything just 10 minutes before we started the podcast. I actually didn't have time to answer that, but for me, I would say biggest surprise. Biggest surprise because to be honest, I don't know. I'm just that's gonna take time and yeah, I don't want to keep you waiting anyway. Oh, funny thing, I can actually grow a beard.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, hang on. I actually had a fully grown beard. Just nice. I shaved it last week. Like I'm talking about a Viking Conor McGregor beard, like nice. a proper Muslim jihad beard. You get me? Like up here, like bushy.
Good sign for sport. Lots of testosterone.
That's it. But I don't know. I just shaved it, and now I completely regret it. I was like, why the fuck did I do that? So I'm trying to let it grow again, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, give it one more grow before the next phase.
Yeah, it's just patchy. Like it's not even patchy. It's just like half of my this side takes longer to grow than the other side. Do you know what I mean?
That's so odd.
Yeah. It's a good thing girls don't. Do girls grow beard?
No, I think like if girls will have to wax up here if they have dark hairs, but thankfully I have fair hair.
No, I know some girl that has a bit of mustache and goatee.
Yeah,
so have you not?
I have them too, but like if you like if you have fair hair, like you don't have to. You can't see it. Like I don't have a business.
Oh, fair enough.
Friends with like dark black hair, like they need to be waxing that.
That's so weird though. Like it's like again, I'm not judging. Like do whatever you want, but that would freak me out to be honest. If I see a girl, no, just if I see a girl with a,
not.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
It's
there's responsibility to wax that.
Fair enough, but like, would you rather have a mustache or like a hairy, like hairs on your arms and legs?
Ooh. Oh, rather have hairs on my arms and legs because I just shave it like.
No, like on your face or on your body?
On my legs and on my like, because I shave it.
All right, fair enough.
Whatever would happen, I shave both like.
No, I wouldn't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, next question is, from the last 3 months, what's the most important thing that you've learned?
Probably that you have to be in a good mindset to just do anything really. It just, the way we were talking a while back there about like how important mindset is and stuff like that. Like I definitely think like you'll run your best when you're in your best mindset. And like even looking at like, I had this discussion with my friends, like looking at the people that did really well in the Leaving Cert and stuff like that, like they were in a really good headspace. Like,
yeah. It's actually I'm gonna step away from that question really quick, because I know you are very into like self development and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How'd you get into it?
So
what's your story?
I was going through like a really, really rough patch in like second year, third year, and like all I had in my life at that time was like sports. I was playing soccer, Gaelic and stuff like that. And I actually started listening to a podcast by Brian Keane. I don't know if you know him.
Brian Keane, okay.
I purely started listening to him for like nutrition and stuff like that. And then he had mindset podcasts, and I just started listening to these every morning before I went to school. And then like my mindset just completely changed. Like, and I wrote him emails and stuff like that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So much like my brother and then I started reading it.
Say that again. I didn't quite.
My brother for the books and stuff like that, the self-development books. My brother got into a big phase of like reading the books and stuff like that, and like a good role model for me to start reading them. So,
any particular books that you're reading at the moment?
A lot of people do ask me like, what books would you recommend? Like, I loved Ryan Holiday stuff. Like a lot of the stuff I put up on my Instagram stories. It's a Stoicism. That's all Ryan Holiday. So I'd say Obstacle is the Way.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Like, well, I'm just asking that question because I know there's a lot of people that enjoy books.
Yeah.
Well, you know me, I'm not keen in reading books, but
sometimes I force myself to read some of the heavy ones. But I went through a phase there. This is for all the book lovers, of reading like Auschwitz survivor books, and they were so good.
Is that against a self development book?
It's a story, but I would say it's self development as well. Like,
fair enough. So, like, but do you listen to audiobook, or, like, in terms of, let's say, if you're going on a walk or something like that, would you listen to an audiobook?
I started off listening to audiobooks, so I went from podcasts to audiobooks. But then when I started reading the hardcovers, I realised I was taking in so much more information.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. In what way? Like, do you take notes and stuff like that? No.
Yeah, I'll highlight like.
All right. Okay.
Like I feel like I just switch off, like, or like I'll zone out and I'm like shit, like, and I'll wake up to like scroll back.
I get you. I do the same for podcasts as well. Like, I will listen to a podcast 2 or 3 times just to go back and like listen to the same thing again, even though I know what they're gonna say next. But just to hear it again, I don't know why. Maybe like it's just a buzz that I get from it.
Yeah.
So, any recent podcast that you've been listening to?
I've kind of been off the podcast now. I started off mad on the podcast, but no. What was the last one? Have you watched Normal People?
Say that again.
Have you watched Normal People?
Normal People.
Oh my God! If you don't know what this is, you've been living under a rock.
What is it? I'll check it now.
Oh no!
Say it again. Normal People.
When people watch this podcast, they're going to be commenting, "How have you not heard?"
Is that like a drama series? That's what it's a TV series.
Yeah, it's on everyone's going mad.
Right.
The main character, Paul Mescal, was on a podcast, and I listened to his, and that was it really. I
Interesting.
You need to watch it. Get with the times, man.
I think I know that guy. He looks very familiar.
He's in
I don't know.
loads of
Yeah,
memes.
okay.
Yeah.
And that girl is in from was she the one from 50 Shades of Grey? No?
I have no idea.
No, I don't know. She looks familiar as well. Ah, well.
Yeah. What about you? What podcast have you been listening to?
I actually haven't listened to much podcast lately in terms of just well-being podcasts. I haven't been listening to any of them. I think purely because I actually think like I'm in a good place. Like I don't want to brag, but I just don't feel like I enjoy listening to it. But lately I just been digging into the strength and conditioning stuff. So there's loads of coaches around the world that like basically you sign up and they give you a code, and then you can join in their Zoom, and we'll just have chats about different stuff. So I've just been on. What's that?
Savage.
Yeah, like it's great to talk to these coaches. You know what I mean? Like I'm here, I'm here being a fan. I'm just asking, but like I was the only one talking, like asking questions. I was asking them a bunch of questions, like how can I get fast and stuff like that. Like I already know. Yeah,
you gotta pick these people for information.
Yeah. Like I'm talking about like coaches, like top rugby strength and conditioning coach. You know what I mean? So it's like I think it's great, like the Zoom thing and all that. Like here's the funny thing. I don't know if you noticed, but the Zoom actually, in terms of stocks, they have increased so much. Like they're like I don't know. Like I think they're more than just the millionaires now. Like the guy that like the lads that own this, I think they're billionaires now or something like that.
I say so, and I say more people are going to use Zoom as well after this. Like
Yeah.
they'd save like.
True. Like I was talking to my manager from the gym, and he was talking about how the strength and conditioning and the fitness community will change because everybody is going online. Like literally loads of people are posting like fitness videos every single day. Like, do you know what I mean? Like everyone is going online now, and even with workshops and stuff like that. I was watching a video actually, and I forgot this dude's name, and he was saying because of this COVID-19, the world actually has actually improved. Like we've gone forward like 3 years in 3 months. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, it does.
Like we
like,
actually gone. Yeah, go on. Sorry, you were saying?
Oh, like if we were to cut back, like say, just take like the environment, whatever. If we were to make all of us to make all these small changes, it would take 3 years. But because we're driving as much, we've done it in 3 months. Like.
Sorry. Yeah, like, like that's what. So, I had no intention of doing my podcast online when this whole thing happened, because like I'm more into like in person, face to face. Like I really enjoy that, but now I'm like everybody's doing all their stuff, so I'm like fuck yeah, I may as well go online.
God knows how long we'll be until we're back to normality.
Yeah, but listen, do you actually want to make your own podcast?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
What kind of stuff would you talk about though?
I don't know. Mine would be so whatever's floating. Like I could get someone on, and God knows what we talk about. Like.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, well, you have to start from somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd love to get it though, like on like Spotify.
That's actually very easy. Like I have mine on Spotify as well, but it only took me like 2 days. I just sent in an application like just for the like for fun. I was like, fuck it, let me just apply for it. And all of a sudden I got an email saying like, congratulations, we've accepted you on Spotify. I'm like, fuck off. It's great, yeah.
Yeah,
but like
you've motivated me to now. You can be my first guest.
I'll cool. Yeah, no, but actually, like, I'm very tempted to see how this thing will, like, that podcast that we're doing at the moment. I just want to see how that will come across, like with like the reaction it will get. Do you know what I mean?
Do you find it hard editing?
I wouldn't say hard. I would say challenging. It takes loads of time. It takes.
I used to have a YouTube channel, and I used to spend like
right. Hang on. What's the name? I'm gonna look it up.
It's all scrapped. Every video's gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. God.
You sure now? I'm just gonna type your name on YouTube. See what.
My fame of YouTube days are gone.
So what? You were putting Minecraft videos and makeup tutorials and.
Nah, I used to just vlog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had one that went really popular. When we went warm weather training last April, my passport was expired. But I still got into Portugal when it expired. They never noticed, and I vlogged the whole thing.
If that was me going in with a fake passport, do you know what I mean? Like, the amount of time I've been stopped for no reason in the airport, just like it's funny to look at it. Like, I don't mind. It's funny, but like the amount of time they actually check my bag and stuff, like actually pull me aside and check if I don't know. If I have equipments on me or whatever, but I think it's funny.
Yeah, that's bad out though. I'd say I only got away with it because I was under 18, like.
I suppose, yeah. Sure. Do you know what I mean? Like, girls are different.
Yeah, facts. We get
facts, yeah. Right. Okay. Sorry, we're getting off topic now. Yeah.
I'd say it's enjoyable doing a podcast.
Say that again.
I'd say it's enjoyable doing a podcast.
It is, but to be honest, I found it more enjoyable when we're in person. Like online, I don't mind online. Like, this is great. Like, I was talking to Louie and Ava. Do you know Ava actually? Ava O'Connor.
Over, but I wouldn't know her. I know Louie well.
Yeah. Oh, Louie is just. Do you know what? I had to mute him because he wouldn't let Ava talk.
I'll never forget when we were in France running. On the Saturday, we competed all day. And then the Sunday morning, like, we had to leave at like 7 a.m. and we were all sleeping on the bus. And Louis was just there banging out the techno tunes.
The amount of energy he has, like, where did you get that energy? Seriously. Like, do you know what? Since we're on that subject, yeah? Remember when we were talking about, on the phone the other day about brain, I was talking to you about the brain and stuff like that. Like, again, I don't know much about it. Like, I'm not educated enough to talk about the brain, like how the brain works. But one thing I found, which is very interesting, and I was having this conversation with my mates the other day, is I'm very good at focusing for a short period of time. But when it comes to like a 40-minute, like if you did a presentation and which lasted for like more than 30 minutes, I don't know, like my brain just shuts off. Like the way my friend described it to me is, if you look at aerobic and anaerobic system, yeah, the same thing with my brain. Like again, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's how my brain works anyway. Like, I can only have a good amount of focus, probably like 5 minutes or 10 minutes max. And then after that, I'll just get tired for some reason.
Yeah, I'll be the same as well. Even when I'm reading like 20 pages max, like.
Yeah. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I don't know, again, if I'm wrong or right. But do you think like long distance runners have a better mental clarity, like a mental focus, because they have to focus on the race longer, because they race so longer, so they need more mental strength?
I definitely think that those long distance runners are better at being in the present and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because like as a sprinter, because we just sprint 100 meters and that's it. Do you get me? So there's nothing to think about. All you gotta do is focus on your race, which lasts like 10, 11, 12 seconds. But if you take like a 5K runner, not I think 5K is a bit too long. Even like for yourself as a 800 runner, like in terms of race plan and like what time you should be running, each lap. Like
Yeah.
I think that requires more focus, and that's why I think, in my opinion, again, I don't know if I'm right. That's why I think I'm not very good at, like, when it comes to reading books and stuff like that.
I think it's something though you can train yourself into, because I hated reading before that. Like, if you really get interested in the topic, like, you know, like when you were studying the brain or whatever, and like you read on, like.
But the thing is, it's all videos and podcasts I love listening about the brain. Like, that's
taking it in, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter, like, I mean, not the exact same information as a book, like, whatever floats your goat, like.
Yeah, but I've also, like, remember I was telling you, I've been taking cold showers, so my PB is actually five something minutes. After that, I just get bored.
Yeah. Once you do the first minute, have you ever done a cryotherapy?
No. What exactly is that?
I'm gonna make you do it. It's like the ice bath, but they're like the proper ones.
What you mean, the proper one? Like, I didn't get in.
No, it's not like going down to my bath now and putting on the cold water and throwing it. It's like the proper, like, you get into it, like.
Oh, so it's actually like cold.
The black things around your feet, like, and like the jets are going.
Hang on, I'm gonna check that really quick. What is it called again? Cryotherapy.
Cryotherapy.
Now I'm gonna need help spelling that, please.
Oh, you're asking me, and I have a spelling dyslexia. Right.
Hang on. Oh yeah, cryotherapy. Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Oh, this. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's okay. Yeah, no, I've never tried that. Where did you try that? That looks like next level.
There's one in Carrick where I live. I did it one day before school, and we were sitting at like little break, and my lips were purple, and like the girls were like, "You all right there?" Because I was just I couldn't get warm from it after, like. And
did you find like it like, does it help like with? Yeah. Did you find?
It definitely does help with your like muscle soreness stuff. I remember one day I was like, I'm going to really test myself, and I'm going to go up to my shoulders.
Yeah.
My jaw was like going 90 for about 3 hours. Just trying to get warm.
Really? That I think I love to do that, but I don't think I last very long though.
You only have to last like, I think it's 8 or 10 minutes.
But like, what's the benefits? Like, how did you feel after, in terms of, I don't know, just like, did you feel any difference after?
Definitely. Like
in what way? In what way?
Feel so refreshed. Like, you could be like, because I remember sometimes I did it like after like a long day of study and training when I was in Leaving Cert, and then I just feel energized again. I felt like it flushed out the like toxins out of my legs as well from training. It's more effective than like just having an ice bath down in your bath or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
But okay.
Loads of ongoing studies now though, like arguing between hot baths and cold baths, and I think whatever you find good, just keep going.
True, but so in terms of research, like, like what I've seen like researchers have said that yes, cold bath does not really, it's actually, again, I could be wrong, well, that's what some research said anyway, is actually it increases your cortisol level for some reason once you get in it. So, but again, not like, it is good sometimes to have some cortisol level going up. Do you know what I mean? Like, cortisol, it's not bad as people say it is. So like, we do need some cortisol level in terms of, I don't know, improvement. Like, when we train, our cortisol level raise a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, that's the stress. So we need that stress anyway. But in terms of actually recovery, I think like what I found out is the contrast showers. Have you ever done that before?
Like hot and cold.
Hot and cold, yeah. I've been doing that every day. To be honest, I think it's hard for me to say if I feel any difference, because it's something that I've been doing like for the last 2 or 3 months. It just feels good. But I don't know. I
think it's good for mental state, but I don't know if there's a good correlation between improved training or that. What do you think?
Again, as I was saying, because I've been doing that almost every day, so it's hard for me to say.
Yeah,
And you have to do it yourself, like as a one-time thing, and see if there's any difference after. I actually agree with the mental side of it though, because going from hot to cold is a pain in the ass. Like, trust me, it is. But once you get used to it, like once you know what's coming, you kind of like your body knows.
yeah. We had that in McNeese in America. There was a hot tub and a cold tub.
Yeah.
So it was very handy. You could just jump in either out,
like it's great now. Like, it's sunny outside. Like, all I want to do is just jump in cold water. Do you know what I mean? But when it was cold back then,
no.
like, yeah. There's actually, do you know that guy? What's his name? Hoffman. Hang on. What the fuck is Hoffman? No. Do you know the guy that went into the ice cold? He was trying to commit suicide. Fuck, what's his name?
Oh, the Golden Gate.
Say what? Say that again.
The Golden Gate Bridge.
No, not him. What's his name? Jim? No, not Jim. Hang on, I need to find out his name. Shit, Jim Hoff.
I know what you mean now, because it's like you're saying Hugh Hoffman, but it's just not.
Yeah,
him.
it is. No, hang on.
It's not him.
Wim Hoffman. That's him.
If Hugh Hoffman, I was like, do you know the guy out of American Idol? Is that him? And I was like, what the fuck?
Imagine.
I was like, what?
That'd be weird, yeah. But do you know the fella? No.
No, I don't. Wait, have you got your laptop there? Show me what he looks like.
Hang on. Just give me two seconds, yeah?
Yeah, it's on.
Hang on. I'll try. Do you know how to I got it. I'm gonna share my screen. If I don't know if I can do that. Hang on.
You can. I believe in you. Hey, guess what I'm holding my phone up with?
Say that again?
Guess what I'm holding my phone up with?
A water bottle?
No, a piece of sellotape.
Sellotape. Hang on. So, shit. How do you do this? Right. Can you see? Right. Yeah, can you see my screen now? Yeah.
You're sharing a screen.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
so,
hey, this is class.
Yeah. Hang on. Google it. I'm sure you know the guy. Like, Wim Hoffman. That's his name. Wim. Him.
I've definitely seen pictures of him before, yeah.
This guy.
Jesus Christ almighty.
Do you never seen him?
No,
like,
I've never heard of him. I thought I was... Go on.
Right, okay, so what happened was, so he went into the ice, so he was trying to commit suicide, right? Because I don't know what happened to his wife. I think his wife died of cancer. I'm not sure, but and then he was trying to commit suicide by going into the ice, and then ice saved him. It was just, I don't know. I'm not educated enough to tell you the whole story, but basically the ice saved his life. That's the punchline.
I'm gonna look him up tonight.
Yeah, actually, so there's actually been research done on him that, like, they actually tested his heart rate and blood sugar levels and stuff like that. Like, he went onto the ice as a research, and it's proven. Do you know what I mean? It's proven that you can actually breathe a lot better just by being in the ice if you focus on, again, just inhale and exhale. And that's why I was talking to you about the nervous system. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't pronounce that word. The sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas what they mean? No.
No, I'm gonna just stand up and say I'm not really educated on this. I know little bits about it. I know how important it is and stuff like that. Actually, the first time that I was really eye-opened by it was, like, I think everyone has, like, athletes, you know, when you get a rub down, you really want it to be hard or whatever. And I
Yeah.
remember, like, getting, like, he was just really pinpointing my nerves and stuff like that. And I was kind of, when I was getting the rub down, I was kind of like, oh, for God's sake, like, will you get into it, like? And I felt the exact same from him, like, minimally, like, pushing in, just using the nerves and stuff, like. I thought that was like, whoa.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. And it was kind of funny because, like, this fella was, like, a big, massive, like, Polish guy, like, and I thought when I went in that I was going to be, like, absolutely pounded, like.
Yeah. Well, was he an athlete, no?
No, he wasn't. He just had, like, a physiotherapy place.
Okay. But this whole thing about
Explain it to me.
what's that?
Just explain it to me again there.
Okay. So, right. Okay. This is gonna take a while. Okay. So there's two types of nervous system. Yeah. There's the parasympathetic and the normal sympathetic system. So the parasympathetic nervous system is where the fight or flight. So this is where when something happened, like something tragic happened, and you can either flight or fight. Do you know what I mean? Like as what we used to do before, like back in the day.
Yeah.
That's how a human being will survive. And so the other one is the relaxed one. This is where like you completely safe. Do you know what I mean? Like you're completely safe in your environment. So, do you know David Goggins by any chance?
I do.
Yeah.
I'd be bad if I didn't know him though.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody knows him, yeah. But he's one of the very few people in the world that has actually mastered how to turn on and off the parasympathetic nervous system. Like that's one thing I've been struggling doing, and that's why I come back to my point earlier. Like I keep trying to put myself in that competition environment, but like I just can't seem to get there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so odd. Because do you remember the last day actually we were talking about? You were telling me, refreshing my memory now, but I was saying to you how like my personality type, like I find like fight or flight.
Say that again. Sorry, you just cut out.
We were like last day we were talking whatever, and I was just telling you like maybe it's my type, but like it's hard to be in the present, like. Like, so would you say you're like in the opposite? Like not like in the present, but like you find it hard to like get that adrenaline, like.
To be honest, I've actually changed a lot. Like I've actually switched. Whereas before, I used to be a lot in the parasympathetic nervous system. So in simple words, I was kind of like a little bitch before. Like I used to get very scared. Like even like I live in Lucan. Like it's okay now, but back then it was like there was. Do you know what I mean? Like teenagers walking around, and if you walk by yourself at night, there's a high chance you will get jumped. Do you know what I mean? So I was aware. Do you know what I mean? Like I wasn't stressed, but I was definitely in that zone anyway.
Yeah.
But now I've actually have switched that around for something. Like I don't know how it just happened by itself. Like even now, I think it's very hard. It's very very hard for me to get into the parasympathetic nervous system. So I was talking to my friend about that just a few days ago, actually, because he was telling me that it's a gift, and I was like, you can see as a gift, but you can see as a curse as well. Like sometimes I would tell him that I don't feel anything, like as in if someone said something to me, I'm not gonna get a reaction out of it. Like I'm just bored. Not bored as in it's kind of like I'm in my own space. Like I don't know what's going on. Do you know what I mean?
You're like a stoic. Like that's literally like stoicism. Like from the like like Marcus Aurelius and stuff like that. Like
hang on. Say that again. Stoicism. I'm gonna look that up. Stoicism. How do you spell that? Stoicism.
Definitely know who Marcus Aurelius is.
I haven't a clue. I haven't a clue. Stoicism. Okay, let's see. Stoicism is a school of. Oh, fuck! I'm not reading that. I'm gonna look something. What is Stoicism really? Because there's no definition.
In my own words, it's basically like just being like, if something really good happens to you, that you're neutral, or if something absolutely outrageous happens to you, that you're neutral. They can always be in like that mindset.
Nah.
No?
Nah. One thing I've been told is I don't take situation very serious, which is true. Like, I would laugh at anything. Like, I've been told by my friends that sometimes I take it too far with jokes, and like I don't know what the line is.
Like, not that I mean like that. Like, you know the way you were telling me that like someone could say something to you that wasn't like whatever, and then you just like it wouldn't affect you like that way. Like I pulled it well. Like Jesus Christ, like I've taken it too far as well. Like I wouldn't wear it up, but like in just those small things, like.
Yeah, no, but by taking it too far, as in, I don't mind that, but it's just that if it affects other people, like if I know I'm not gonna, I wasn't supposed to say anything, but fuck it. There was one time where I think that was about almost 2 years ago, where I was joking around with a girl, well, one of my close friends, like we're very good friends, and I was messing around that, well, her dad left her when she was young. And you know what he's going. You know what he's going. Yeah.
I always take the piss out of like things like that. I think it's about knowing the type of person, though.
Say it again.
I think it's about knowing the type of person, like.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people take it and some can't. Like.
The funny thing at the same time is, yeah, here's my take on it, and I know I'm not right, neither wrong either, but it's just like when people say something to you, like if you're insecure about that stuff, it's your fault. Do you know what I mean? Like that's my way of thinking.
Bang on the money. All your insecurities are just like a projection. Like, so I used to catch myself and be like, if someone said something to me that was a dig, like I'd like challenge it and be like, well, is that the truth? Like if it is, like there's something wrong, sort it out. Or like else, like I think be like that is a big thing about insecurities. Like
it is hard. Don't get me wrong. Like I know what I had to do to change, like to flip that on the other side. But like I know it's very hard for some people to deal with like the comments and stuff like that. Like, yeah. To be honest, the one thing I hate, yeah, and I don't think I'll ever fix it. The one thing I hate is being 5'5". So, like, when people make jokes about that, like, yeah, that's a bit.
Own it.
But everything else is fine, though. Do you know what I mean? Everything else in my body is fine.
That's what I like to hear.
I've no, I've no problem proving it.
That's kind of low.
Yeah. Oh God, that was good. That was a good one. Oh boy. Right.
5'5".
Say it again.
Didn't actually know you're 5'5". You look bigger on your Instagrams.
Well, that's all thanks to the filters, yeah.
Use it for the positives, like decent 60-meter sprint, nice and explosive.
I'm getting there.
Work hard in silence, that's success.
Hey, there you go. That's it. So, do you want to go for? I actually have one thing that I want to do before we go off. I've been thinking about doing some stuff at the end of my podcast just to mix things up. I think there's 3 rounds, yeah? The first round is a quick fire one.
Okay, nice.
So, it's one word.
Okay.
You can only answer with only one word, yeah?
Done. I'm ready.
Okay, round 1. Texting or talking?
Talking.
Favorite city in the US beside the one that you lived in?
Houston.
What does a person need to do to be happy?
Be positive. Positivity. One word.
Okay. Best advice you ever received?
This is hardly one word, is it?
Just
probably Probably to.
Come on, this is meant to be 5 seconds.
I'll just say my favourite quote. A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor.
That does not make any sense. Say it again.
A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor.
A silk? What's a silk sailor?
A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor.
Oh, skill. Okay. I like that. that. Okay, so that's round 1. That was nice and easy. Round 2.
It was a bit of trickery there. 1-word answer.
All right, do you want to keep going or do you want to go to the next round?
No, go to the next round. But is this 1 word as well?
No. So the next round is actually filling the blanks.
Okay. Well, I like this.
Okay. After the quarantine, I will, like as in I mean you.
I will go to a coffee shop with my friends and sit down and have a lovely skinny cappuccino at one shot.
All right. My favorite podcast is
Brian Keane.
My favorite book is
Ryan Holiday, Obstacle is the Way.
You are 20 years old, am I right?
Nah, 19 next month.
19. Oh, yeah. Okay, then brilliant. When I turn 19, I will.
To be honest, not gonna lie, I'll probably go on a big drinking session with my friends.
Fair enough. If I meet my younger self, I will tell him that.
That everything will be all right and just trust the process, and that things aren't always going to be easy, but you just have to continue on and things will get better.
That was a good answer. But I would totally say different stuff. Okay.
Oh,
what?
Do you say?
What will I say?
Yeah.
I would have said eat your vegetables because you will stay the same height.
I feel like that would be so unique though.
What?
Everyone's answer to that question would be so unique.
Oh, yeah. I'm very good at
cheering people up. Not being cocky, I would say I am pretty. Like I'm not around like I would
all
say.
Right. Okay, good answer. I sucked at.
Dear.
No, that was the line. I suck at.
How you go? I thought I said, "Oh, I'm good at cheering people up," and then you go, "I suck at that," and I was like, "Oh, I suck at spelling."
Do you?
Yeah, outrageous.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, if I ever texted you long enough, like you'd be like, "Oh my God, what is she saying?"
Do you know what funny thing is? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why instead of perfect, you just said. Do you know how to spell perfect?
Yeah, I do know how to spell perfect, but it was just like short and sweet.
Okay.
That's not even the worst of my spelling.
All right, fair enough.
That was the shortened version. You're lucky you didn't get.
I know. Like I'm just like I'm actually okay. I'm spelling. It's just pronunciation that I'm very bad at. I get twisted. I get very What?
Right.
No, it's not because I don't usually write stuff. I talk a lot, so that really bothers me when I can't say a word, and then it just makes me look stupid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that.
Like spelling is fine because you don't need to spell, and there's the autocorrect as well on your phone, so that's very handy. Okay, so that was round 2.
Round 3.
Round 3 is would you rather? Yeah.
Okay.
Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
Lose the ability to read. Definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you all reading books and stuff like that? You actually would go for that?
Yeah, because you'd be able to like listen to stuff and that. Like you'd be fine.
Oh, fair enough. Like I will go by that choice as well. But hearing what you said earlier, that actually surprises me.
Probably on the outside, it looks like I read all the time. But like self-developing could be just through like, you know, analysing how you were in a certain situation or whatever like that. Like, I think like you know, the way you were saying, oh, you're not really like the self-development books or whatever. I do agree with you. I think they're really, really reoccurring, like especially some of those mainstream ones. But like psychology ones, like the I'm reading one now, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, like, and it's by a PhD student, like, and it's really...
Yeah, is that what you sent me the other day?
Yeah.
What'd you learn from it?
How prayer is actually effective through your subconscious mind. Like, pray. I'm not really religious, like, at all, but it just shows me how, like, prayers are answered through your subconscious mind. And, like, how, like, religion is effective for people because, like, they're praying in, like, a lucid state, like. So it's really interesting, like.
Wow. Yeah, I never thought it that way.
Yeah, because I never thought about why, like, because I never really thought about it, like, because, like, really when you're praying, you're kind of visualizing as well, like.
Yeah.
And what this PhD student was saying, that he was saying that when it's most effective, like, to channel your subconscious mind when you're, like, in that, like, half sleep state. So then I was thinking about, you know, people who are praying and praying and praying, like, it's eventually, like, just coming out of them where they're in that lucid state, like.
Would you rather have 3 feet or 3 hands?
3 feet or 3 hands? 3 hands. Where's the positioning though, like?
I never thought it that way, yeah.
I'm trying to think if I had 3 feet, would I be, like, absolutely unreal at running, like? But then I was like, oh, I don't know, am I going to be hopping with that 3rd foot, like?
True, yeah. I don't know. It's a weird one.
I'm going to need the scientific evidence to back that one up.
How can I balance all these muscles in my 3rd leg?
That's such a random question.
Right, okay, next question is, would you rather lose your sense of taste or your sense of smell?
Sense of smell. Food is too good.
True. I agree with you on that one. 100%.